Welcome to Spiritually Fine-Tuned. This reading is for Gemini. This is going to be your end of month November. I have done your cards for your life change messages. You have relationship. Oh, that says realizations and epiphanies, but epiphanies. Gemini, what the heck? Let's start over. Welcome to Spiritually Fine-Tuned. This reading is for Gemini for the end of November. You're fumbling over your words. I've done your cards, and the cards that came out for your life change message is realizations and epiphanies, relationship dynamics, dietary change. I'm going to have to go slow. For your chakra cards, you have workaholic and prayer. And for your angel messages, you have what do you desire? What's this one? My fire and desire is to be more and more like it, Jesus. I hope that's your desire. I don't know what your desire is. And you also have energy work for your angel message. Now, I asked to know, in my solitude, I asked to know the highest truth. And what I was told was to thine own self be true. If something, that's a song. Surely I can forgive. That's NDRE. You for your passion. Let's shake free the gravity of resentment and fly high. Just keep it moving. Something about flying high on the wings of forgiveness. Yes, wings of forgiveness. Anyway, I just missed a hustle because it just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, let me sing it. As soon as I started y'all reading, I started fumbling over my words. But no, while I was shuffling your cards, I heard the song Heartbreaker, you got the best of me. And I just keep, Obviously, I don't know those words. Should've known right from the start you'd go and break my heart. So somebody's dealing with a heartbreaker. Or maybe you guys are a heartbreaker, Gemini. Gemini, ooh, what a sex drive. You want it from the front, back. I'm just playing. Let me stop playing with y'all, Gemini. Anyway, that's what I was singing. And so I asked to know what was the main card they wanted for you, which is your life map, which is the road that you're on, rescue. And I also heard revolving doors. So maybe this heartbreaker has been in and out of your life, or you're breaking somebody's heart and going in and out. Nevertheless, I heard revolving doors and heartbreaker, you got the best of me. I just heard that song, so I don't know, maybe you're doing some heartbreak. And the card that came out was rescue. This is about know that you're going to be rescued, know that you're going to be taken care of. If somebody has broken your heart, it's going to be taken care of, and you're going to be healed. You're going to be able to love again, and everything is going to be okay. And maybe you're just realizing that this person is a heartbreaker, or maybe you're just realizing that you have broken hearts. And in the beginning, I was singing NDRE, Wings of Forgiveness. That song is about, you can look it up, that song is about forgiving people for their errors and forgiving people for being so passionate and just forgiving people altogether, but also having people to forgive you. It's about we're going to fly high and we're going to forgive one another, because that's what it's about. The Bible says, however many times your brother or sister sin against you, that's how many times you forgive them. That's just the way it goes. And maybe you're realizing that you come into these epiphanies about life itself. Also, you have relationship dynamics. Maybe you're realizing that this person is just like a revolving door. They're going to always be in and out of your life. And maybe you want something stable. I have no idea. But you're going through some changes in your relationships. Their dynamics mean people are coming, people are going. Maybe people are passing away, or maybe just people are moving on with their lives and you're moving on with your life. So it's different relationship dynamics. But this is to bring about some beauty in your life, because you have the rescue card. So what Spirit is doing is saying, be clear about what you desire, and be clear that when you ask for that desire, they're going to rescue you and give it to you. If you're like, I'm tired of this heartbreaker, Jesus, I can't do it no more. Or I'm tired of breaking other people's heart, and I just want my fire and desire is to be more and more like in Jesus. Oh, they said it in Jesus. I don't know how to say it like that. They said it in the go ahead. But to be more like Jesus and love everybody, love one another as God has loved us. And maybe that's what you're trying to do. Be more loving, and you want somebody more loving to you. So the relationships around you are changing. People are growing. New people are being born. And so you just want to deal with it in a righteous manner, and you want to be more firm about your decisions and more understanding, and that is okay. That is okay, because you're tired of the revolving door, and it's just like, I should have known right from No, but when I was singing it, I sang it, but I laughed after. It was like, oh, well, okay, I already know that it's like you understand the situation and you forgive the person. It's like you can laugh about it now. Like, man, it is what it is. We did what we did. Never looking back on it. We did what we did. Okay. So it's just like, okay, I realize that I want something more. I realize that's not what I want, or I realize I need to be a better person. Whatever it is, you come into realizations about how relationship dynamics work. This is really cool that they're side by side. So you're understanding how relationships work. Maybe you didn't know the give and take in relationships. Maybe you didn't have boundaries in relationships. Maybe you didn't know that, hey, this is not a relationship. This is just one of those things where we're just a fling, or this is a thing where it's just in and out. I like you, but I don't like you. So we don't have a relationship. We just have some fun times together. You're like, no, I think I want a relationship. So basically, whatever it is, I'm just saying things, forgive me, Gemini, but you are learning how relationships work. You're realizing that I have to do this in order to get that. And I have to allow that person to be themselves so I can be myself. I have to allow that person their space so I can have my space. I have to hear what that person gets saying and respond appropriately. I have to speak to them with grace. The Bible says speak the truth with grace, because people always say, you got to tell the truth. You got to keep it real. Get your ass out of here. The Bible says speak the truth with grace for the other person, with understanding that your truth is not going to equal somebody else's truth, but both truths matter. And I like to say, be honest. Just be honest. Just be honest about it. You don't have to keep it real. You just got to be honest. Look, everybody's real, but not everybody's honest. That's my saying. Just be honest, Gemini, and speak the truth with grace. Don't be like, oh, fuck you, and I wish it, No, it's like, you don't have to do that to me. You're really hurting my feelings. It's okay to let your guard down, basically. Okay, now you also have dietary change. So in your life, you're going through different relationship dynamics and you're realizing things, which is probably causing you to say, I need to eat better, or I need to walk more, get this anger off of me, or get this adrenaline off of me. I need to make certain changes to my diet, certain changes to what I watch, certain changes to what I do, certain changes to how I speak. Just making sure that you're keeping everything leveled out. For your angel message, you have energy work. Virgo had the same card on the same exact side. It says life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. So, Gemini, you are a healer. That is what you're realizing. And these relationships have caused you to understand what in you was stopping you from doing what you were called to do. If it had not been for all these, if it had not been for the Lord that was on my side, tell me where would I be? Gemini, you taking me to church. I wasn't singing all that when I was doing my other readings. Y'all taking me to church. But the relationship dynamics have a lot. Oh, you know what? You got prayer too. I just realized that. Y'all taking me to church, huh? Gemini, you're trying to get your soul right. Get it together then. I ain't mad at you. I need to stop. I need to go to church. I pray too much. But you learned this through these relationships, and you learned that you are a healer and that you can do, you have the ability to make things better or worse. That's what healers do. Healers make things better. They soothe situations. They cause forgiveness. They cause compassion. You've learned that through these relationships. You was like, wait a minute, I made that worse then. Let me try something else. And then you were able to fix it. And so you started understanding the revolving door and the healing work of it, and the in and out healing yourself. At the bottom, you have workaholic. Somebody had this card at the top. I think it was Pisces. Workaholic is about a person who's working so much. Make sure that your work is consistent with your healing. If you're working somewhere that's not consistent with the gifts that God gave you, if you see their painting, it's like you're gifted, you're an artist, you're artistic, express yourself in that way. If your work is not consistent with that, or your work is interfering with your expression of self, you have to calm it down, because it's going to cause you to not be who you were called to be, which is not acceptable to God, because he says greater work shall we do. You have work to do, but not in a sense of working for man, working for God. What do you desire? Do you desire to know that? It say you now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clear this out according to your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. Do you desire? Do you desire to have the things that God has called for you to have? Now, this work also could be interfering with your relationships, could be the reason why some of your relationships are out of balance. So make sure that you're keeping a level of sanity when it comes to, I said that loud because it can't, sanity, Jesus. I just need some sanity. All this work, all this stuff going on, all this, some sanity. Make sure you're keeping a level of sanity Because y'all had me fumbling at first. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Stuttering. Well, I didn't stutter. I couldn't get the words. I was like, it's like, you're like, oh my gosh, all this stuff is happening. You just want to go, that's all, folks. You know, it's just like, I don't even know. But anyway, make sure that your work is not interfering with the relationships, and their relationships are not interfering with work. If you want to express yourself and you're in a relationship where somebody is saying, no, I don't like you to express yourself, or you shouldn't use your gifts because that's quote unquote unnecessary, or your healing is not real, or somebody who's demeaning your gifts, then that's the part of life where spirit will have to step in and rescue you and say, no, we called you to do this. We called you to work here. And that person is blocking you or interfering with your success or interfering with your gifts that were given, the artistic expression of who you are. Then you don't have to be volatile about it. Spirit will allow it to happen. And you have prayer. So prayer is about a person who prayed for something. And, God told them they prayed to leave the farm. They didn't want to be on the farm anymore. God told them, I said, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, honey. And maybe that's what this a part of expressing your gifts. All the lemons you've gone through, all the relationship issues. I'm going to tell you what the card mean in a minute, but I just feel spirit say when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, which you know that anyway. All these relationship dynamics, these ins and outs, these roller coasters, these realizations and epiphanies, all this work, it just caused you to be able to make this lemonade and make it in a way to where it's not tart. You have a sweet lemonade out here. It's sweet. Not sweet and sour, not bittersweet, just sweet. Sweetness. The Bible says it's a sweet sound in his ear. The fragrance of her voice is a sweet sound in his ear. You know, when it's somewhere in the Bible where this lady was praising God and he called it a sweet sound. A sweet aroma or something. You can look it up. Prayer life. Your prayer life is changing, or it needs to change. I'm going to tell you what this card means when I get done. Being positive when you pray. The Bible say, I got to bear with me because the Bible say, whatever you ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. So if you pray to God, but you don't believe that it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. It says, what do you desire? If you pray to God and say, man, I don't know if God going to give it to me because I don't know if I'm worthy of it and I've made a lot of mistakes. That's not what it's about. I want to tell you, when you pray and you believe that it's going to happen, about what they say, if you're going to worry, don't pray. If you're going to pray, don't worry, child. It say when you pray. When you pray, Gemini, y'all got my words all. Is this just y'all must be misconstrued right now? Listen, when you pray, you got to believe that it's going to happen. When life throws you lemons, you make lemonades. You're realizing a lot of things at this moment and having a lot of epiphanies, which is probably causing you to have like communication problems. And the moon is in Gemini right now, coming in Gemini, full moon in Gemini. It's supposed to be the end of this week. Today is the day before Thanksgiving, by the way. It's Thanksgiving Eve. So I hope you guys have a happy, wonderful, victorious Thanksgiving, a thankful Thanksgiving. Yeah, but you're realizing this about the way you communicate, because, you know, you guys can be you guys just go like, ugh, you know, you guys are like ham, hard as a, you know what I'm saying? You just ham, you know, and a lot of people, it's just ham. Like, I don't know if I want ham anymore. It's a roast beef or something. Like, clean up the way you communicate. It's not that you're wrong. Like, it could be your truth and it could be real talk, as people say, but you have to be honest. There's a fine line between communicating and talking shit. You're not communicating, Gemini. You're talking shit. And now you're fumbling over your words because you talk too much shit. I'll just play. Oh, why you said that? Oh, I love you, Gemini. Gemini, what a sex drive. I'll just play. And be careful what you pray for too, is what it said. But whatever you ask for in prayer, believing you shall receive it. But this card, there was a spiritual, I had a spiritual experience. That's why I explained it to you that way. I heard spirit in my ear. But the main focus of this card, now I can tell you what the main thing about this card is, what the book says about the card, because that was our spirit, what the book says. Read the good book. The book says a person prayed and asked should they stay on the form with their grandfather. I think it was a grandfather, and spirit told them yes, and they obeyed spirit, and like a couple months afterwards their grandfather wound up passing away. So they were thankful that they prayed and that they listened, because if they would have left too soon, they wouldn't have been around their loved one when they passed away. They wouldn't have had that time. They wouldn't have been like, oh, I'm finna go, even though God told me to stay a little while longer, and then they passed away and they wouldn't have had that communication. So this is about when you pray and God gives you an answer, do what he tells you to do, even if you don't like it, even if you think it's bad. Because there's been times when God has told me to do things and I'm like, Jesus, you have lost your mind. And even if I explain it to people, God put that on my heart to do, they feel like, oh, God ain't tell you to do that. Some people just so no, look, I'm about to start talking like some people just get on my fucking nerves. They just get on my nerves because they don't believe you. But anyway, whatever he puts on your heart to do, you have to do, and you have to listen to him, because in the beginning was the word was with God, and the word was God. God is the word. If he tell you something, then word up to God, word up to you, because he's telling you, because he knows you are a healer. So listen to what he has to say, because sometimes he's going to have you stay in places you don't want to stay because you're still healing people that are there. Sometimes he's going to make you leave places because you have to go heal somebody else. So understand that. Nevertheless, Gemini, is what do you desire? My fire and desire. All in all, you're being rescued from situations that don't serve you. You're being rescued out of relationships, and you're just realizing the honesty of life is much more pure than the truth of it. The truth will set you free. Yes, it will. The truth will heal you, but it's not as pure. Some truths are disgusting. Some truths are volatile. Some truths cause people to lose their lives. So just be honest, communicate effectively, and communicate with grace. The Bible says speak the truth with grace. So it's not about just speaking the truth. It's about having grace and compassion for the person that's on the other side of receiving your truth. So let's be honest, Gemini, and be careful with your words. And please have some grace. Try a little tenderness. Try a little tenderness. It's the holidays, Gemini. Come on. Come on. But things around you are changing. Your prayer life changing, relationship dynamics. That's the reading I have for you, Gemini. Overall, this is your end of the month. It seems like it's going to be good, just realizing everything and how everything works. And I pray you guys keep doing what you are supposed to do. And I pray you guys get that communication under control. And remember, whatever you ask for, believe it. If you believe it to be true, it will come to pass. But be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you pray for, because it's going to come to pass regardless. So that's your end of the week, or your end of the month, Gemini. I didn't do this with nobody else. Gemini, focus, focus, focus. I want you to focus on me. Can you focus, Gemini? Hocus pocus, Gemini. I'm just playing. Just focus.